tragedy and sadness. I think that is the best way to describe this chapter. Chapter 35 of Tokyo Ghoul. Strap yourselves in, Shibits. This might be a short video, this might be a long video. I have no fucking idea, but there's quite a few things I want to cover, because I did some research. I did some research on this chapter, and you know what happens when I decide to do some research. Usually the video is like maybe 20 minutes, so let's put it this way. In this video, I'm actually going to discuss a tarot card. Yeah, usually I split up my videos to tarot card in its own separate video, but there's been so much content I made today, and, you know, so many videos that's going to be probably coming out tomorrow or the next day, I decided to just put everything into one video. All of Tokyo Ghoul's, you know, tarot cards and stuff, and meanings in just one video. So, this video might be a little bit long, might be a little bit short, I have no fucking idea. We'll just have to see how it goes. But, anyways, there was a tarot card 9 assigned, well, given, I guess, not completely assigned, but given to Kanye in this chapter. Now, on the page, let me actually go to the right page here. I have the first page pulled up. Let me get to the right page before I can give you guys, you know, the page number, for you can check for yourselves if you don't believe me. Page 12, that is what the 9 is on. You can look at this here. I'll zoom it up for you guys can see it. Give me just a second. I'm zooming it in. That right there, I don't know if you can make that out. I'm going to tilt the screen just a little bit. I'm going to tilt it back and forth so you can see. That right there is a 9. That is a 9 on Kanye in this chapter, in his tears. So, I decided to look up, you know, number 9. And here is the description of number 9. You ready for this? Tarot card number 9? It is the Hermit. That is what this tarot card's name is. And here is the meaning. I'm going to actually read off the meaning of this tarot card for yourself. Like, if you guys want to, you know, hear me, I'm going to read off the meaning of this tarot card that goes along with what is going on in this chapter. So, the Hermit stands alone on top of a mountain with a lantern in his hand. Now, just to clarify, this is, you know, given to Kanye, okay? That's who it's assigned to. The Hermit stands alone on top of a mountain with a lantern in his hand. For instance, like a shining light. That's kind of what Kanye is doing. He's trying to drag Shu back. Mountains typically symbolize achievement, growth, and accomplishment. Well, you can't really say achievement, growth, and accomplishment, what's going on with Kanye, so what else does this Hermit card really go to? The Hermit has obtained a spiritual pinnacle, and is ready to share his knowledge with others. He is also continuing the path he has chosen. For instance, in this chapter, Kanye instantly makes it obvious to us that he curses his loyalty to Shu's family, because he's so loyal, it hurts him so much inside what he is seeing happening to Shu, and that's the path he has chosen. So right here, you already see, you know, connections to the Hermit, but let's get back to reading. He's also continuing the path he has chosen, committed to his goal of ultimate awareness. The star in the lantern is a 6-pointed star, the Seal of Solomon, a symbol of wisdom. The staff carried by the Hermit is a patriarch's staff, a symbol of the narrow path of initiation, and an emblem of power and authority. It represents the Hermit's ability to use his isolation and the knowledge he has gained as a tool upon his path to reach even higher levels of awareness. For instance, right now, Kanye is alone. You can consider him alone. His shining light is gone. Shu was his shining light, someone he looked up to, was the person he loved a lot, and he still loves. And his shining light is now depressed. And this is going along with his terms of his isolation. That's what we can get from this tarot card. And let's see. And the knowledge is gained as a tool upon to reach even higher levels of awareness. The staff is in the Hermit's left hand, the hand associated with the subconscious mind. The snow at his feet represents the heights of spiritual attainment. He wears a gray cloak of invisibility. His secrets are not for everyone. His secrets would be the meaning of Heisei. For instance, you know, Heisei's identity being Kaneki. That's the secrets he's hiding. His secrets are not for everyone, only for those earnestly seeking them and those willing to climb the heights of wisdom. The astrological correspondence, I'm having a brain derp, for this card is Virgo, and the number 9 signifies accomplishment, wisdom, the attainment of goals, as well as the search for truth. So that is the meaning of the Hermit, number 9. And I don't know if you understood me or not, or if you even cared for what I just said, but what this means is, it goes into the inner psyche of what Kanye is currently feeling in this chapter. He's isolated, he feels alone, he's sad, he's by himself on top of a mountain. He's a shining light for the person he's looked up to, Shu. That's what he is. And that's kind of what this tarot card goes to symbolize with him. He's alone, and he's the only last remaining shining light for Shu, keeping him going. That's kind of what it is. And also, it's the same thing as Shu. Shu's like, you know, Kanye's last shining light, keeping him going. And that's what that tarot card means. So now that I got that out of the way, I can move into the next part. So, I want to talk about the song in a minute that Shu was singing. I will talk about that song in a minute when I get to that page. I'm just going to talk about page 1. Let me reload up page 1 of Tokyo Ghoul before I can start talking about, you know, the chapter, each individual page like I normally do. So, on the first page, you see automatic, like, some form of distress going on. Like, you feel the atmosphere in the first page, because there's something going on. You have it to where Kanye, he's just wandering around, like, he's out of it. Like, he had Shu's father calling his name, and he didn't hear him at first. Like, he didn't hear him at all. He was just out of it, daydreaming, because of how much pressure and how much sadness he is under right now from what is going on with Shu. And that's kind of what the first page goes to represent, and Shu's father's trying to, I guess, help him out. He's like, you want to drink some wine? That's kind of what he offers. So it goes to show you that Shu's father's not that bad. He's a good guy. I mean, he cares for Kanye and trying to help him. So, moving on to the next page, we have the color page for second page. So let's, you know, move on to the third page. Okay, so in this, you see it to where Kanye's thinking in his mind. And this is what he thinks. I want to quote him. What am I feeling lost for? Me, of all people. This is just human nonsense. Master Murdermo looked after me when relatives passed away. I am heavily indebted to his family. There should be no way I can abandon them. That goes with the loyalty of the tarot card. You know, he's very loyal to Shu's family because they helped him out in the time of need when his, you know, relatives passed away. And that's kind of what this, you know, page goes to show. The connection to what his loyalty to Shu's family, the Tsukiyama family. So, now I can move on to the next page since I've already covered that. The next page has it where we get to see a little bit of a flashback. We see a flashback of Kanye in his younger days when he first arrived, and to see how he looked at Shu and how he looked at Chi when he was younger. And we get to see what he says. This is what Kanye says. I want to quote him. I didn't like him at first. That's what he said in his mind. And then this is what, you know, he says in the past. It's raining. I didn't want Shu getting wet. Please go fetch him an umbrella. Okay. And then all of a sudden you see Shu singing some form of German song. And this German song, since it was actually, I'm very thankful for the translators, the translation group, actually putting the name, like this a German poem name called Rain Song on the translation notes on this page. Because if they didn't do that, it would have been fucking hard to figure out what this, you know, song was. So compliments to the translation team for Tokyo Ghoul to actually give me the name and the person that did it and the song name so I could look up, you know, proper translations. So here is the translations of the song, or the first verse of what Shu was singing in this chapter, in the rain, in the past. I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to read it out. I'm just letting you know. I'm a shitty singer. Flow, rain, flow down. Awaken my dreams again, which I used to dream in my childhood, when the water churned the sand. Now, the meaning of this is this. I want to actually say the meaning. It's basically about the person listening to the rain and being reminded of his childhood when he used to enjoy the rain in a different and more lively way. That is what the song represents. Now, I don't know necessarily what this really actually means in that sense, because from what you can get from the meaning of the song, it means that this person is listening to the rain and they're reminded of their childhood. So, she was singing that song. As we know, she was kind of a little bit of an adult in that scene. He was tall, he was kind of adultish, and he was singing this song that represents a person thinking back to their childhood when they used to enjoy the rain and they were a lot more livelier. So, that right there goes to show you a Shu kind of reflecting on his past with that song when he was actually singing that song in this chapter, was that hinting that Shu was even depressed at that moment for certain reasons. Was Shu in a state of depression already? Before he met Kaneki and all that, was he already in that state of depression? And he used to be lively in the past. Get my point. So, that's kind of what the song kind of emphasizes. I don't know, we'll have to see where it goes, but that is what it says so far. So, I will link the song in the description, actually, for you guys can check it for yourself. You can, check out the translation. I'll link it in the description for you. And so, let's continue on with this chapter review. now that that's, you know, he's done singing, I have to say, Shu singing in the rain is pretty fucking badass. I love Shu singing in the rain, because he's best boy, man. Fucking Shu, man. He's best boy. I love Shu. He's such a good damn-ass character. But there's something that really appears in this little scene when, you know, Shu's singing in the rain. You see Chi pop up. And as we know, Chi's like the pet of, you know, Shu's family. Like, she's the little pet, the little cat. And, you know, Shu thinks of her as a pet. This is what Shu says, which is... I love Shu. What are you waiting for? Take a picture of me, soaked in the rain. Not going to. Despite how rare it is to see me drenched, you say some funny stuff. It's unique. So Shu wants a picture of him taken in the rain by Chi. Oh, God. I love Shu, man. It's sad to see him in the state he's in. Like, I'll get into that in a moment, but... Shu will always be Shu. Makes me sad, man, just seeing him in the state he's in now. And on this page on the bottom, what it emphasizes is that Kanye is very jealous. He's envious of Chi's relationship to Shu. And this goes to show you something about his, you know, I guess, psyche. Kanye's psyche. As we know, Kanye doesn't want Heise around Shu. And we kind of find out now why with this chapter. Kanye, he doesn't like humans, which has been very apparent. He doesn't like Chi. And he doesn't, definitely, we've gotten hints that he doesn't like Chi's relationship with, you know, Shu. Well, with it, like this chapter specifically, you have it to where he gets very jealous. Because Chi just says, like, nah, I don't want to take a picture of you while you're in the rain, Shu. And she doesn't. And Shu just shows a smile to her. And all of a sudden you have it to where Kanye's like, how dare, you know, you do stuff like that. And, you know, Shu show that stupid human, that smile, someone like you. And you could tell instantly he has a lot of prejudice towards humans in that scene. And it kind of shows you why he doesn't actually tell Shu about Heise, because he doesn't like, you know, humans getting the attention from Shu. Like, he doesn't like it how Shu shows attention to humans. You get my point? So that's kind of why he hasn't told Shu about Heise or Kaneki at all yet, and why he's still trying to hide it. But even then, there's a lot of things going down right now that I don't think could possibly even save Shu at the moment. But there is a possibility he can rebloom, because that has been foreshadowed, but we'll have to see. But, next after that, probably the saddest part about the chapter is the mental breakdown of Shu. And I think this is the part that got us all in this chapter, that I wanted to shed some tears when I read this. When I read this chapter, I just put down my fucking tablet, I just sat it down, I looked at my screen, turned on Glassy Sky, and just laid back in my chair. That's exactly what I did when I saw this scene in the chapter. I was like, fuck, man. Just seeing someone like Shu that was like, amore, heartbreak, you know, doing that shit all the time in part 1. And then to see him in this state, oh my god, dude. It's so terrible just seeing him in this state. It's miserable. It's miserable for me to see such a great character succumb to this depression. And depression kills people. It does. And this is something that does happen to people. I mean, if you have something you lose, people can get depressed. You can. This can happen. And I mean, thank God, you know, people aren't ghouls in the real world, because if they were, oh god. But, I mean, the point is, depression happens, and this can do this to people. It can break you, and to see him like this, it makes me sad. It really does. And I can relate somewhat to that. I can. So, the entire segment of what this really emphasizes, like the middle portion of the chapter, has it to where Kanye has to calm down Shu. And it's probably the highlight of the chapter besides the cliffhanger, which I will get into. But seeing how Kanye, as we've seen from his character, he really cares about Shu. He really does. It's not just about being selfish and wanting Shu for himself. He really deeply cares for Shu. And seeing how you saw the tears. You saw the pain in his face. Like, let me quote Shu. Like, oh my god, dude. When I read what Shu said, it made me so fucking sad. Like, it really did. When you see Shu putting his hand out and all that, and you see how his face looks like all fucking rotten, like, because the, you know, cockroaches coming onto his face. This is what Shu says. Just who do you think I am? I'm the gourmet. There's no way this filthy thing will please my taste. Hurry and bring me the ultimate dish, that will satisfy me. And this is in his, fit of rage. But that ain't the part that really got me. It's not really that. The next part that really got me was what Kanye said. Like, when Kanye gets stabbed, he says, "Bring me my," and then he just cuts off. He doesn't say nothing else, but you can assume what he's gonna say. He's saying, "Bring me back my shoe." I think that's what Kanye was going to try to say in that scene. And that's sad. That just begins the level of sadness, because when he looks at what he did to Shu when he stabs him with his, Kagune, you see him close his eyes, like he closes his eyes, and you see how he just wants to bawl in tears, how sad he is when he did what he just did to Shu. But what puts the icing on top of this cake is what Shu says. And this broke me. "Kanye, why is everyone here?" "They were cleaning the room," Kanye says. I want to cry right now. "While you were sleeping." This is what Shu says after, his fit of rage. "Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for being like this." And Kanye says, "I'm really sorry." Dude, that's sad as fuck, man. Dude, it is sad as fuck, dude. Just seeing Shu in that state, man. And then what's even sadder is what he says after this, too. "The family's in your hands from now on." Bro, that's sad as fuck, man. That's sad as fuck. I've already read this chapter 4 fucking times. I'm still damn sad after reading that, man. Woo! Dude, the fucking sadness, man, I got from this chapter. My god. Okay. I don't want to fucking cry. I'm actually already crying, but still. Fucking sad. Sad. Woo! And what's sad, too, is just you see Kanye after that. He just runs out into the fucking woods. He's just running. And when he slams himself accidentally up against a tree. Dude. Fucking powerful chapter, man. Powerful fucking chapter. Like, shit is so damn sad. I mean, he blames and he hates his loyalty after what he witnessed. So damn sad. Like, Tokyo Ghoul, Ashita Sensei, why do you do this shit, man? Why do you make me so fucking sad? Like, you do this. You do this to me, and you do it to all your readers. You make us so damn sad. That's why I love Tokyo Ghoul, but man. Okay. So the next point of this chapter, Haru. That's how you're saying him. The new girl that was introduced. Well, she makes an appearance in this chapter. Oh my fucking god, her rape face is crazy. We see, the maid of Shu's family, the Tsukiyama family, make, the detached Kagune wall. You remember the detached wall that we saw in the auction raid? Well, we see that once again, and as we know, Haru, as she was introduced, she was in the Artemis squad. Well, she just cuts through that detached Kagune like it's fucking butter. Like, she's like, and she puts on this rape face like, "Oh, let's do this. Let's get at this. I'm about to fucking wreck you." That's what she says, pretty much. And I'm like, oh god. So that fight's looking to be hype. I'm looking forward to that fight. That's gonna be freaking epic. Oh my god, dude. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait to see Haru just wrecking face. That might be thumbnail. I don't know. There's a lot of good thumbnails. I definitely have to use Shu. And then the most middle finger-ish cliffhanger I think we've gotten out of Tokyo Ghoul is this cliffhanger here. We see Sasaki enter Uta's shop. Fuck you, Uta. Fuck you, Uta. Fuck you. Fuck you, Uta. Like, I hate you. I hate you, Uta. After the shit you did to Kaneki, fuck you. Playing with him like a fucking puppet throughout the majority of part 1, screw you, Uta. Just seeing him like that, he doesn't give no shits either. Like, seriously, you know what he says? Like, Sasuke walks in, he's like, "Good evening, are you open?" And he's like, "Yes, we're open." And you see his freaking Kakugan activated. Like Uta doesn't even give any flying shits that his Kakugan is activated while a dove just walks into his freaking shop. He's like, "What's up? What's up, bro? What's up?" Shit's gonna be going down next week. I think the reason why Sasuke is there, to be honest, is probably because chapter 31.5, remember, Sasuke got the mask, his original mask. He probably went to this mask shop. He's probably been going to different mask shops trying to find where this mask was made. And he's probably went to this shop to see if, this person made that mask. You get my point? That's probably why Sasuke is there at the moment. I'm looking forward to that. We're probably going to get some huge revelations, and I wonder what Uta is going to do, because he has a big oh shit face on his face. He's like, oh my god, he's going to kill me if he finds out. So, that's about it. I mean, I think I covered everything with this chapter. Tell me your thoughts. Sad-ass chapter, man. Sad-ass chapter. Tell me your thoughts, comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.